This is the shot you're used to seeing from Brussels. But what about all the politicking that takes place behind the scenes? I'm Hadley Gamble, and this is your Brussels Debrief. Ah, the European Union. You could be forgiven for thinking not too much gets done, at least not very quickly here. We're talking 28 member states, multiple meetings a year, hundreds of people on staff, endless haranguing over the tiniest details, and an international media circus with all the trimmings. First stop is the all-important rope line where the who's who of Europe take to the red carpet, and even the most experienced journalists get a cheat sheet. Peter Spiegel, man about Brussels. You covered the EU religiously for the FT. What is the secret to surviving an EU summit?
That's a good question. I would say you have to make sure that you balance, for every glass of alcohol, a glass of coffee. Because for in Europe here, you have to go along with the Europeans and drink a glass of wine on every hour. But I need an extra cup of coffee to make sure I can stay up the whole time, because it can get really tedious after a while.
Talk to me about the infamous tweeting. You're a man that tweets.
Yeah, well, it's another thing. It's one of these things you hang around here for hours. And what actually ends up in your story is occasionally just, a few hundred words. So what other outlet are you going to have to communicate all this useful information I'm gathering on the sidelines of the summit, or down at the staking out with the prime ministers, or even in the hallways here with the diplomats? I have no other outlet except for Twitter, or my wife. And my wife is sick of me. So I think Twitter is the outlet that I'll be using.
And a final question I have to ask. I've been to Brussels now 5 times, 5 different events, and never once have I seen the sun shining. Does the sun ever come out in this country?
Yes. No, there is this time of the year is the weather which I call Belgium. It is always like this. There is a week in August that occasionally the sun comes out about 2 or 3 hours,
and no one's here.
Yes, I was gone for that week.
And if you can manage to survive the horrendous weather, which generally kills your hair, no visit to Brussels would be complete without a stop in the press bar for that odd beer, a great cup of coffee, or the infamous yellow cake.